All right, welcome back to Dunkirk Dunes. This is US turn 3. And here's our purchase. So we have 78 to spend, and we're going to buy with 40, we're going to buy 2 fighters, a destroyer, 2 subs. We're spending 3 on tech, 15 on a naval base, and 19 on a carrier and an infantry. And that's 77. So we're going to have 1 that we're going to carry over. So US doesn't actually have any attacks this turn. We're just going to be moving stuff around. So might as well just start right here. So this fighter in Philippines is going to go 1, 2, 3 and land on Guam. And this bomber, also in Philippines, is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, landing on Midway. So that takes care of these 2 arrows here. Okay, and then we've got these 2 fighters here in Queensland. They're leaving from an air base, so they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're also landing on Guam. So we've got those 3 fighters there on Guam. Okay. What else we're doing here? So the US fleet that's in 6A. So I do have 1 transport here. That's going to go ahead and move into C-Zone 5. And he's going to unload the infantry and the artillery into Amur. And the rest of the fleet is getting out of there. So they're going to go 1, 2 down here to C-Zone 25, surrounding Midway. Most of this fleet's going to do the same thing. Although 1 destroyer is going to sit here in C-Zone 16. And then this cruiser is also going to go over to C-Zone 25. But this destroyer is going to go 1, 2 down to C-Zone 17. So 16 and 17 are blocked. Now this transport that was already in C-Zone 25, he's just going to come down to Hawaii, grab the infantry, and come back. So like that. Okay. I think that takes care of those arrows. Okay. So this transport here in C-Zone 10, he's leaving from a naval base, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, also into 25. And he's going to bring with him an infantry and a mechanized infantry, which is now also landed on Midway. Okay. And then we've got a tank and 2 other mechanized infantry in western US. They're just going to drive to the other side of the board. So they're going to end up over here in central US. Trying to see if I had any other movements. I think I've moved pretty much everything I have. So as far as building stuff, so let's just go ahead and put that out there. So the carrier and the infantry are getting built in this Western US factory so that I get my bonus there. And then the naval base is going on Midway. Okay, so that's that. And then the rest of this, so the two new US fighters, those are being built in central US. And there is an air base in central that will allow them to scramble into C-Zone 101. Okay, and then the two submarines and the destroyer that are also getting built, they're going to be built in the eastern US factory, and they're all going to end up here in C-Zone 101. And I think that's basically it. I mean, I think I've moved pretty much everything that I have. As far as China goes, I think all that China is going to do, I think at this stage, is they have 5 to spend, but I think I'm actually going to save that 5. And I'm just going to move all of their units up here to Kansu. I swapped out the Flying Tigers for this sparkly bomber that Sarah painted. But that's the Chinese air unit, Flying Tigers. Okay. So the Russian anti-aircraft gun is still in Singhai, but it will follow next turn. I think that's basically it. So as far as collections go, China is only at 1, so they're going to collect one little measly dollar to go with the 5 that they saved. So they're going to have 6 for next round. And the US, so US is at 52. And here's, I think that we get all 4 of these bonuses. So we have Philippines, that's worth 5. We have Mexico, Southeast Mexico, Central America, West Indies, that's worth 5. Alaska, Aleutians, Hawaii, Johnston, and Line Islands, that's worth 5. And then I did build at least 2 units in the east and 2 units in the west. So I get 5 each for that. So that's 10 total there. So 10, 15, 20, 25 bonus. Plus the 1 I carried over, which is 78. So I think that's it for income. So they'll have 78 for next round. And let's just go ahead and do a recap here. So China has 5 infantry in Kansu and 1 fighter. As far as US goes, there's a US transport in C-Zone 5. There's an infantry and an artillery in Amur. There's a destroyer in 16, another destroyer in 17. There is in Midway, there are, well, C-Zone 25 actually, there's 2 transports, 2 cruisers, 1 submarine, 1 destroyer, 1 battleship, 1 aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber on it. And then Midway Island itself, there is now a naval base in addition to the air base. And there's a fighter there and also a strategic bomber, 3 infantry, and 2 mechanized infantry. There's nothing in Hawaii. In C-Zone 10, there's an aircraft carrier. In Western U.S., there's an infantry and 2 anti-aircraft guns. Guam, there are 3 fighters on Guam. Philippines, there are 4 infantry, along with the 3 Anzac fighters. There is, you know, I have my U.S. submarine down here in 54. I think I'm just going to leave that there. So there is a U.S. submarine in 54. And going over to the eastern side, so in C-Zone 101, there are 2 submarines, 3 transports, 2 destroyers, 1 cruiser, 1 aircraft carrier with 2 fighters on it. On eastern U.S. itself, there are 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft guns. On central U.S., there is 1 infantry, 2 mechanized infantry, 2 armor, 1 artillery, and 2 fighters. And I think that does it. So thanks for watching, and we're on to UK.